Hello everyone, Cyber Eclipse here, and we're back for more Star Ocean 2, the second story. In the last video, we finished up Disc 1 on quite a cliffhanger, so if you don't know what happened, go see it so you can catch up. And now we are starting Disc 2. So let's get to it. I like the way Bowman looks when he's, when he's down. Look at this, he's lying there with his ass hanging in the air, and he looks like he has like a smile on his face, like, oh, I'm dreaming of boobies, it's so nice. That's the kind of face that I see on him whenever he's down like that. It seems to have gone well. We have returned to need. But haven't those worms come along with us? That can't be helped. They were in there, so the scum must have come along unless they're dead. What shall we do? Shall we kill them? They seem to have fallen quite a ways away. Leave them. They won't be able to do anything anyway. Certainly, the scum will die sooner or later. I am concerned about the young Nedian girl. Why would she have been on that planet? I don't know. Leaving from Need in its current state should be essentially impossible. Well, she's just one little girl. She cannot pose much of a problem to us. So everything is going according to plan. That's right. But still, don't let your guard down. Everything starts now. Yes. I've always thought this. I don't like that little yes part. It's like everything starts now would have made it so epic without the yes in there. And I wish I could tell who was talking. Rena. Rena! Who... Why are you calling me? Rena, wake up! Rena, are you okay? Claude. Claude, is that you? Did you wake me? Yes, that's right. No, it wasn't you, Claude. Hey! Looks like everyone's all okay. Hey, weren't we just fighting? I don't really know myself. This isn't heaven, is it? This is not heaven. This is a place on Need called the Outer Wall Paradise. This is Need? Rena! Are you all right? I'm all right. I don't know why my recorder decided to record it too loud. I'm sorry about that. Come, this way. Rena, what is it? I don't know. I only know that we have to go this way. Rena, you know that because you are a Nedian. I don't know that myself, but my soul is calmed by the touch of the air here. I feel like all my fears have vanished. I think I've known this since I was little. That's why I'm sure that this is need. Now that you mention it, Claude, weren't you too called a man from another planet? I encountered a sudden accident and was blown from another planet to Expel. And then I met Rena in the Shingo Forest. So that's it. Well, let's not worry about that. Where someone is born, that doesn't have anything to do with an individual's personality. Thank you. There's no use in staying here forever. Anyway, let's check out the surroundings. Just so you guys know, I can't control the text here. By the way, how is everyone on Expel doing? I don't see how they could have survived. It was a collision of planets. They couldn't have gotten off lightly. It's okay. They must be well. They must be waiting with bated breath for us to return. Rena. It must be so. Yeah, you're right. For that purpose, too, we must ascertain what state we have been left in. Yes. What's that? It looks like some kind of device. Come inside. Who are you? You needn't be suspicious of me. Anyway, please come inside this transporter. Then everything will become clear. You expect us to trust you? How do I know you're not the enemy? Let's go and see. Rena. It's okay. We can believe his voice. I feel it. Well, if Rena says so, then maybe I'll trust him. Good, let's go. So as Gnarl says, everything will become clear. Get ready, folks, because you're gonna get a whole buttload of information in the next 2 videos. That's one thing I don't like about this game. In the first disc, you find out little to almost no information, and then in the second disc, they just throw all the information at you all at once. At least that's what it feels like to me. It can be kind of overwhelming. Where are we? I don't know. Everything here feels completely different from before. Anyway, let's get out of here. Whenever I'm standing in the transporter and all my group members are standing around me, I feel so claustrophobic because look, it's such a small space. I'm not a claustrophobic person, but for some reason looking at that makes me feel really, really closed in. I don't know why. I've always felt that way. I have been waiting. Are you the one whose voice we heard back there? Yes, I was the one who invited you here. My name is Gnarl. I am the mayor of this central city. Central city? This isn't Need? It is Need. Central City is one of the cities of Need. Do you know why you have come to the place called Need? I don't know. It does seem that some sort of power has acted. We were fighting against some suspicious-looking men in Aluria Tower. And the next thing we knew, we were here. Undoubtedly, you were blown here in some way as a result of their jump to Need. Just who are they? They are the ones known as God's 10 Wise Men. To tell you about them, I must tell you about the errors of Need's past. $3.7 billion Nedian years ago, Need was a single planet. You mean that it isn't a planet now? The current Need is not a planet. An artificial planet covered by a high energy field. That is the current Need. Energy Need. So, that was what my father called a high energy body. Speaking of 3.7 billion years ago, this was an age when Expel did not yet exist in the universe. At that time, Need was a planet that had such a high level of magic science that it had no equal throughout the universe. Because of this, many of the planets in the galaxy came to be collectively under the rule of Need. However, there was no coercion, but rather it was said to be a coexistent relationship. It was said to be a nearly ideal form of government. I can't control this text, by the way. That's why I'm rushing. However, even in such a world, there were still those who had malice in their hearts. They called themselves the 10 Wise Men. Rather than coexistence among planets, they desired to dominate the entire galaxy. With their vast powers, these dreaded fanatics first tried to capture Need itself. Under their attack, the major cities of Need fell one after another. They killed off all the people who would not obey them. Yes, even women and children were ruthlessly massacred. The Nedian forces marshaled their forces for an all-out resistance, but their powers were great and terribly evil. Ultimately, The rout was unavoidable. However, their violence could not continue any further. At the end of a life-and-death struggle lasting many weeks long, they finally succeeded in breaking the 10 wise men. The people of Need decided to punish the 10 wise men by confining them in a jail called the Eternity Space, which consisted of a special space which once entered can never be escaped. The Nedian force were victorious in battle. Yet in this battle, the Nedians finally became aware of the immense power that they possessed. Even if we had not intended to do so, we had acquired sufficient scientific power to rule the entire universe. Should persons like the 10 wise men appear again, Need would be again dragged into the maelstrom of upheavals of war. No one desired that. At the end of a long conference, they reached one conclusion advocated by the genius Dr. Lantis. That was to seal their own evolution and the power of Need. The planet Need was destroyed at the hands of the Nedians themselves. All of the Nedians emigrated to the residential district Energy Need, built inside a high-energy body. Excuse me. The energy body that covered Energy Need prevented anyone from coming or going to or from Need, and thus, Need was cut off from the outside world. The Nedian forces fought with their last spurt of strength. The rest is as you can see. They should have been confined in the Eternity Space and left in outer space, but it's not known how they escaped and returned to Expel. But in fact, they escaped from Eternity Space and returned to Need, in order to reign as the rulers of the galaxy. So, they were God's 10 wise men. That's right. While the enormously powerful Indelesio was their leader, the extremely resourceful Cyril served as their chief of staff. These were accompanied by the other 8 followers, including Decis or Decus. They are dreaded fanatics. You can find out more details by referencing the database in the library. Didn't you realize that they had returned here? That's right. By the time that Expel began to revolve in the abnormal orbit, it was too late for anything. So, why did you summon us? It is because you have promise. What do you mean by that? The 10 wise men are on this Energy Need to make preparations for their domination of the galaxy. However, our current remaining powers are nowhere near our powers of the time of their confinement. So you want to borrow our powers? That's right. Moreover, our powers are of the same type as those of the 10 wise men. Ultimately, the stronger will win. What we need are powers of a different type. Powers of a different type, you say? What do you think? We are here, so I think the only thing to do is do it. And if the aim of the 10 wise men is to dominate the galaxy, then Expel is also a target. I have no objections. Yes, let's do it. Thank you very much. Let's get started at once. There's no time to spare. I want you to initiate operations immediately. What should we do? The first thing to do is obtain means of transport within need. Can't we use the transporter? No, they are installed only in major facilities. The best means of transport is for you to use the flying heraldic life form known as the Synod. Synod? If you go north from Central City, you will find the town called North City. If you ask around there, you should quickly find the Synod stables named the Home. Oh yes, there is the library I mentioned earlier. You will find much useful literature about the history of need, scientific research, reports, and the like. I understand. Well, let's hurry to North City. Miss Rena. How do you know my name? I would like to talk to you alone. Would you please stay behind for a while? Yes. I wonder what Gnarl has to talk to Rena about. I am prepared to hear everything. Miss Rena. Throughout this journey, I have been trying to find my real parents, but I have found no information at all. If you are Nedian, then naturally you will find no information on Expel. I am Nedian, right? Yes. There's no doubt about it. Well, then why was I on Expel? Where are my real parents? Gnarl, you knew my name. Perhaps you might know. I believe that you yourself should find the answer to that question. Myself? In the course of the journey you are about to embark upon, you should find out who you really are. A journey to find myself? Even though you are Nedian, you were raised on Expel. Because of this, I believe you have latent powers that exceed those of an ordinary Nedian. In me? You should move forward without fearing your own powers. And you have friends. You are not alone, so... Yes. Miss Rena, without a doubt, your parents loved you. The quadratic key shining around your neck is evidence of that. I'm sorry, but I cannot say any more. I understand. Thank you very much. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Not at all. Well, I must be going. Sorry to keep you waiting. We weren't waiting long. Rena, what? Nothing. I'm all right. Rena? Let's move forward toward the answer. What's the point of that? I don't understand. That's like out of nowhere. I don't understand. Why does it suddenly go, ah? First, we go to North City. We leave Central City and head toward the north. And that's it for this video. Stay tuned next time for the next part of Star Ocean II: The Second Story. Bye, guys.